we talked in the beginning, I think it's full circle. We do this full circle is old school versus new school, right? So today, the knee-jerk reaction is who's killing it now, study them. Great. No problem, because they're killing it now.
Yep.
But who did they train under and who came before them? As Dan likes to say, there's gold in the old. And go back and find the Bransons, the Jobs, the Dan Kennedys, the Warren Buffetts. I mean, how could you be in a football player and sit there scratching your head going, how the hell did Tom Brady play to 44 years old? The guy said at 25 he's going to play to 45. The guy did it. He did it until he was 44 and frankly probably could have went 2 more years. And you're not studying this guy? You're still looking at the guy who's running a 4.240 yesterday, who's been on the scene for 1 year? That's who you're studying? Right? So it's the concept of, great, how did that guy run a 4.2 who came onto the scene last week? But over here, how the hell's Brady still playing better than most guys at 25 and staying injury-free? That's the lineage. People don't study track records enough today, Aaron.
And if you're a basketball player, how are you not reading Tim Grover's book?
That book is amazing. Let's put that in the show notes. That book is absolutely, it's called Relentless by Tim Grover, who's another behind-the-scenes, quiet guy. They call him the Whisperer, who trained Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and there's one other. Who's the third of them?
I can't remember the third one off the top of my head, but you could stop at Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He trained Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Stop sentence. How have you not read his book if you're an athlete? Meaning
he was the closest guy to them. So I saw him speak at an event once. Tim Grover was the closest guy to Kobe and Jordan in their day. And you could look at Brady had the same thing with his trainer that he started the TB12 method with, Alex Guerrero. These guys were hated by the organizations. It pissed off the Bulls. It pissed off the Lakers with Kobe, and it pissed off Belichick and the Patriots when they were bringing in their own guys, doing their own unorthodox renegade routines outside of the scope of what was normal. And they were like, how are they so much better than everybody else? Success leaves clues, right? So they weren't afraid to go against the grain. It wasn't accepted in the organizations that they were doing extra different private training. And a lot of it was mindset. It wasn't just physical, by the way.
Absolutely.
It was a very, very a good balance of the two. For Brady, it was body work. That was his big thing. It was body work and mind work. And for Kobe and Jordan, you would be shocked when you read Relentless how much these guys struggled with mindset when they got hurt, when they had a bad game, because so much was on the line for them. And so much was expected of them that they would have these psychiatric sessions with this guy for hours after a game. Game would end at 9 o'clock at night. These guys are getting home at 2 a.m. They're either doing body work or they're doing mind work. And their family doesn't even know where the hell the game ended at 9 o'clock. It's 2 a.m. What are you out with your buddies at a club? Nope. They were fixing their head and they were, in a lot of cases, fixing their body so they could go the distance. So, track records. And what are the things they're doing that, frankly, most people would say, you're crazy. How could you think that way? That's a contrarian renegade approach. How dare you? With 99% accuracy, those are the ones that will be right the most in the end, but they'll be years ahead of their time.
Yep. And there's a legacy behind it.
That's where we're headed here, right?
There's not a single one of those people that we've mentioned today on the show, where if you read their autobiography, you wouldn't come out with 4 to 5 pieces of pure gold that you could implement into your life and your business immediately.
Absolutely, man. And that is the takeaway that we'll leave with here today. I'd love to keep going, but I have a flight to catch. It's Thanksgiving week here, and I sort of dragged your ass onto the show, and you dragged mine back, and we're dragging everybody all over the place, right? And but I'd love to keep going on this topic, but we'll certainly come back to it. But I want to leave with the takeaways, Aaron, and I think you'll agree with me, and feel free to jump in, cut me off. The takeaways are track record.
Yep.
Track record. Want to say that 3 times. Don't just focus on who is in vogue now, who's been doing it for decades. Track records matter to me more than anything else. But then there's also, who are the people? And this is key for me. And I like to use this term, this renegade approach. Who are the people that are coming into industries and spaces and they're not playing it safe? They're breaking things. They're not politically correct. They're saying a lot of crazy things that today sound a little off the wall, but they're usually perfectly accepted by society 5 and 10 years out. Those are the people. Often today in this new culture, they're called the conspiracy theorists. This is a propaganda term for somebody who's uneasy with information that they don't know that they feel they should, but now they're threatened by it. So it's a defense mechanism. These are people you want to study. When somebody's immediately labeled horrible, renegade, conspiracy theorist, off the charts, selfish, this, like, again, Musk, Branson, Jobs, Brady, Cruz, I want to study them yesterday. As soon as the labels start the studying. And that will be a massive lesson for you, because these are the ones that are going to come in. And a lot of them are geniuses, as we said it before. A lot of them they check every box of being an absolute outlier or genius, but they are all outliers. Even Jeff Bezos we could throw in there. We didn't mention him. We could technically throw him in the mix. We could keep going on names we throw in the mix, but the outliers and the people who are usually years ahead of their time are the ones that do really big, significant things.